Okay, so this session is about using LinkedIn to try and find new clients, grow your client base, and get a result. So I'll just start off by the first thing I'm going to do is actually go into my profile because it is important how your profile looks, but um, equally, though, it's important that you recognise that how your profile looks actually won't get you any more clients or find you any more people. All it will do is look good again to anyone actually coming on and checking it out. So it's important because it's a validation of your quality as an individual, potentially, but and it's a measure. But on its own, it certainly won't get you any business or any clients without carrying out some steps. What I'd like to do is go through and actually talk about how mine's set up, the reason why I've set it up that way, and the story to actually how I find clients and use LinkedIn. Just for the avoidance of doubt, this is from a recruitment's perspective. But from a financial advisor, the one thing I say to a financial advisor is, I recruit financial advisors, but you recruit clients. So we're all doing the same job. We're trying to find and link into people, connect up to people, and turn them into paying customers. So that's the first thing. I'll run through my website and my LinkedIn page and just tell you why I've set it up the way I have. So the first thing you'll see in the background here, I've got a picture of someone helping someone up a mountain. Um, Nothing more than some subliminal imagery there, just trying to say, I'm helping you on your career. I think out of 6 or 7 people that I've shown this presentation to using my LinkedIn page, one person went, "Oh, I've just spotted that." So there you go. One thing to note is, even when I've set up the page and I put something that I thought might be catchy, one person out of sort of 8, actually spotted it. So just something to note. Anyway, I've set that up there as a background, trying to say something about me. Always have a good photo. I'm not going to suggest that mine's any good, but always have a smile and look warm, because whilst it won't get you any business, certainly if you have an unwelcome picture, it'll certainly put people off giving you business on from there. The other thing I'd do is I'd state what you do. So this is building careers for high achieving wealth managers. That's what I do, and certainly helping them. You should say something the same. One of the key things that I'd note as well is that most people still view LinkedIn as a CV. A CV is not what clients are interested in. Like everyone, they're interested in what you can do for them, not your full-blown history. Within 1 minute, they'll be bored and asleep. So obviously, as I said before, I'm trying to recruit financial advisors and trying to make my page as engaging as possible. So what I did to try and get more financial advisors looking at it and interested in it, you can see I've got 1,324 followers, is I started to write stories about financial advisors. So the best ones would be my own. I'm trying to recruit partners into my business, so I could see partners of ours and True Potential that have been extremely successful, and so I asked them how they did it. Really, really simple stuff, and got some good stories from them. So what I started to do to try and get people to look and engage with me from a recruitment point of view was to read some of my stories. So Financial Advisors Squeeze for Time, I got 338 people look at that. 91 National Ask for Referral Day, I got 348. Auto Enrollment, I got Sand in My Eye, 287. Deal with me on the basis, put you in a better position. So I've got all these advisors' road to success. I've got all these stories, loads of likes, and in a month I've probably got nearly 1,000 reads of these stories. And these stories are all really good success stories from other partners about what they've done and how they've done it to do really, really well. So in a month I've got 1,300 followers. I've got probably 1,000 reads of my articles. But the point to make here is not one person off the strength of these articles, which are all true life articles. Nobody picked up the phone to me and said, "Nick, I love these articles. Can I be an advisor like these? This looks like a great thing." So just important thing to note, blogging and all the rest of it, it's all all well and good, but it will not get you clients quickly by any means. By any means, no matter what anyone says, it definitely doesn't work. So certainly there are better and quicker ways. So I come down and I've got my background summary. I won't get too hung up on any of this sort of stuff other than to say make it about the people that you're trying to attract in, so make it about the client. And obviously putting your phone number and contact details in there is all well and good. But again, later I'll contend on the fact that this isn't going to generate you any real business. So there are other things that you'll need to do. But anyway, I've done that, which most online sites that say this is how you use LinkedIn would say. The other thing that I've done is I decided to really up my game and pull in some videos. So I've got this video is about 1 minute 30 long. Just trying to get a bit of the personality across for people that are interested, and finishes off with Impulse Save, which is a really cool, unique feature we have. And then this one here is an interview with another advisor, Elaine Henshaw. So trying to be real all the time, trying to be real, and it's a really genuine interview. 10 minutes, we just sat down, recorded it, and Elaine just told us sort of what she'd been doing and how it had worked. So hopefully a really, really genuine, honest way of trying to communicate something across. I sent these videos to people. And ultimately nobody joined as a result of me sending those videos. And they may have liked them, I got a few comments, but it didn't motivate anyone to necessarily do too much. One of the things that I thought was really important was to obviously I've got my skills, my endorsements, and your endorsements normally sit right at the bottom of your profile. So I've got a massive profile here, normally sit right at the bottom. But what I decided to do is move them much further up quicker so that people could see quite quickly if I was someone worth having a conversation with. So anyway, even after all those things, and if I scroll down, I've got my background. If I scroll down, I've got loads of recommendations of people saying, look, I do what I say I do, who some of them are really experienced senior people. Irrespective of any of that, none of this is motivating anyone to pick up the phone to me to say, Nick, can I get a job with you? It's as simple as that. So how do I go about actually using LinkedIn to recruit? Because if you're just using it on this basis, as I've used it so far and I've used it fully, it won't really get you much, if I'm being honest. So on from here, let's see actually what you can do and how you can use LinkedIn to generate business. So what I do here is if I just go into endorsements. Now the important thing about endorsements that I think lots of people misunderstand is, although you don't have to do too much to get an endorsement, what it does tell me as someone that's trying to find people is that these people do know me. So Ian knows me, Steve knows me, Graham knows me, Jamie knows me, Aaron, Nick, Emma, Gary, Chris. All these people know me. Whereas I've got 1,300 followers, I can guarantee you I don't know 50%, 60% of my followers. Okay, so your endorsements are people that definitely do know you, that say, you know what, you're all right, and I will click a button. You know, and none of these people had to do that. So fair play. It's a validation, at least, that that they're happy to do that. But the key thing is that all these people know me. Okay, so if I want to try and recruit other financial advisors, the best way, and I've sort of mentioned in other previous presentations that referral is the most important way. So the one thing we need to be doing all the time is trying to find referrals. It's just all referral, and how can I generate them? So what I do is I have a look through some of my endorsements, because that obviously tells me I definitely know these people. So I click on Martin Helston. Here's my example in this case. So Martin is one of our partners. Really successful guy, really nice guy as well, genuine all round nice, good bloke. And if I go through his profile, what I would want to do, I don't want to hang around on, I know Martin quite well, so I don't want to hang around his profile. I just want to go to his endorsements, because his endorsements are people that I now know are people that know him. So if I was looking to try and get an introduction to someone, this is what I'd do. I'd go through, you can see there's me, Ian, some people that we know in common. And if I scroll down, what will happen is I'll end up at an advisor. So we've got Matthew, Nick, David. Okay, so these might be advisors that I'm looking to recruit. So if you're a financial advisor and you're looking to recruit clients, this is going to be the same process. You find a trusted, loyal client to you on LinkedIn, and then you go through and look at their endorsements, because that'll tell you who they know and then people you might be interested in. So the key thing about this is I'm now targeting people straight off the back of it. So I can see here we've got Matthew Burrows, and obviously I want to have a conversation with Matthew, but I don't really know him that well. So what I do is I pick up the phone and talk to Martin. So it's, hi Martin, how you doing? Hope business is well. And Martin's like, hey, yeah, Nick, no problem. Everything's cool. Business is going really, really well. Fantastic stuff. So all I say to Martin is, well, look, Martin, I've come across a guy, Matthew Burrows, on LinkedIn. I was just wanting to know, do you know him? So if Martin knows Matthew, the first thing he's going to do is go, yeah, I know Matthew. He's a really good guy. We used to work together. And he'll go through his back history. He'll say, oh, I used to work at Skipton together, or we used to work at Lloyd's, wherever it was. We'll go through the back history, and I'll start to get a little bit more of an understanding of how well Martin knows Matthew, and how well Matthew might as well know Martin as well. So I'm understanding the strength of the potential referral that I'm going to get from this. So Martin's telling me the information. That's absolutely fantastic. I really appreciate that. Look, and you've got to be straightforward with everyone in these sort of deals. So I just say, look, Martin, I'm looking to approach him. Okay, I just wanted to know the answer to 2 questions. The first question is, do you think Matthew would be a great advisor for our business? Okay, so the first thing is what I'm trying to do is qualify the quality of the individual. Because I don't want to be dealing with and talking to people that aren't great. We want to deal with great people. Everyone just wants to deal with great people. So the best way of identifying that is ask someone that is great already, that you trust, that is a quality individual, and ask them, do you think this guy's good? Okay? So if Martin comes back to me and goes, look, Nick, this guy is absolutely top class. Matthew is a fantastic individual. He'd be a huge asset to our business. Say, okay, Martin, I've got another question for you. I was just wondering if you could answer me. Do you think we would be a great place for Matthew as well? The key point here that I'm trying to make is that anytime you look to recruit someone, anytime you look to take anyone on board as a client, it's got to be on the basis that you put them in a better position. You can't put people in worse positions. So, otherwise this game doesn't last long. You have to improve people's positions. Okay. So if Martin comes back and goes, look, Nick, the deal that we have is absolutely fantastic. Technology we've got is great, and we're under no doubt at all that we will have a far better position than where he has at FB Wealth Management, Nick. And yes, you should definitely approach him. Okay. So what I now know is I think I've got a better competitive proposition for Matthew than where he is right now. I also know that he's a great guy as well, and I've also had a bit of a backstory from Martin. Martin's told me a lot about him. So I've got a lot of due diligence that I've now done very, very quickly. In a 5-minute conversation, I've got a huge amount of due diligence on Matthew to give him a call. So the next thing I want to do is I have a chat with Martin. And I just say, look, have you got Matthew's number? Because obviously this guy sounds great. I want to give him a call. So what Martin will do is he'll probably say, yeah, I'll give you his number. And alternatively, he might turn around and say, well, look, I'll tell you what, Nick, how about I give him a call? From a recruiter's point of view in financial services, I'd always say, would you mind if I just gave him a call? The reason why I say that is because financial advisors, there's not many out there. They're a scarce resource, and the key issue that they face is they're contacted on a daily basis by recruiters. So a financial advisor going, hey, I've got a recruiter to talk to you. I'm pretty sure Matthew probably at that time, if he had that introduction, could not think of anything worse, unless he's in a position where he's so hacked off where he is. But if he's a great person, he's probably not hacked off. He's probably doing quite well. He'd probably, in fact, do well anywhere he went. So the point is that I'll lose control of my position if I let Martin do that. On the other hand, however, if I was looking to recruit clients, by our calculations, there's probably 836 clients per financial advisor, and on average, financial advisors probably have 100 clients. So what that tells me is that most end clients of financial advisors, well, there's hundreds of them out there that aren't getting looked after, have no planning, have absolutely no service at all. So if one of their friends said, yeah, you know what, I'd have a chat, I'll give them a call, I'd probably let them do that, because that's likely to get me a referral. Because straight away, if they're going to do that, they're thinking, oh, actually, I think you could be quite useful from a friend, so I'm going to recommend you. And straight in, you're getting a referral. Straight in, you're getting a referral from someone that's really, really good. But in my case as a recruiter, I don't want to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get on and give Matthew a call. So what I do is I phone up Matthew. Hi Matthew, name's Nick Redfern, I'm a senior partner with True Potential. I've just been speaking with Martin Helston. I believe you know him. So the first thing that Matthew's going to say is, yeah, look, I know Martin. He's a good mate of mine. We used to work together at Skipton, and he'll go through and just confirm that little bit of a backstory that's going on there. And the next thing is I just want to get into it. So I just say, look, Matthew, reason for my call. I've been wanting to approach you for a little while, and I've been speaking with Martin, and what Martin's told me is that you're an absolutely outstanding individual, absolute first-class financial advisor that would be a huge asset to our business. And what that's done is that has compelled me to give you a call. That's really wanting me to give you a call. The other thing as well, Matthew, is conversations with Martin, and I know this is something you'd have to qualify a little bit more, but I asked Martin whether or not he felt that the deal that we have here at True Potential would be one that's possibly better than where you are and hugely beneficial to you. At which point Matthew should be thinking, hopefully, okay, right, well, a good mate of mine thinks that this is a great deal. Maybe it's worth looking at. But the key thing is Martin said, look, he believes that our deal is far better than where you are right now, and on that basis, if I could demonstrate to you, Matthew, that I could put you in a far better position than where you are today, could we hook up? I'll buy the coffees and just have an initial conversation, exploratory conversation, just to see if there's opportunity there. And it is literally as simple as that. All we are looking to do is contact the people that we know, find the people that they know, identify the ones that look good, the people that would be best to work with, where we could make the biggest difference, and then on from there, simply phone up the people we know and ask them directly, would you be willing to recommend me to an individual, through some straightforward questions, which would be, am I going to be of benefit to this client, and do you think we could put them in a better position? And if all of those things are true, then it should be a no-brainer. One of the things that I find is important if we are communicating with clients, and we do this with a customer, is a key thing to put forward is that you'll only deal with them if you do put them in a better position. So what's the downside for the customer? Well, my first meeting is free of charge. It's an exploratory discussion, a meeting to identify whether or not I can actually put you in a better position, offer you services that you like. If I'm unable to do that, there'll be no charge, and that's at my expense, and I'll simply walk away. However, if I can put you in a better position, then obviously you'd want to move forward and have conversations about what the next steps would be. And it really is as simple as that. If I can't make you better off, then we shouldn't deal with you. If I can make you better off and I can demonstrate that to you, make that clear, then we should have that conversation. So it really is as simple as that. Now, I just want to make some other interesting points in relation to LinkedIn. If I was to go in, I'm just going to look at a colleague of mine here at True Potential, David Smith, and I'll just quickly go into his, and I'll just scoot straight down to his endorsements, where I spend most of my time these days. So going to his endorsements, okay, and I'll just scroll down, okay. And I'm going to make a point here, because there's a gentleman on here that's a good example of this. So Gavin Page is the managing director at Manchester Printers. I don't know Gavin, so this is just... But the interesting point is, what you find is that most people that are business owners or managing directors actually know other business owners or managing directors. They hang around in the same circles. So if I go into his endorsements and I go through, we soon start to see managing director, sales director, chartered financial planner, managing director, financial director, owner. You start to see that other MDs know other MDs. As a result of that, if you can choose the right clients and identify the right clients, this can then just be a hugely beneficial process for you to then target individuals, phone up the people that you know, saying, look, I want to have a conversation with this individual, can you help me? And just some basic information. Do you think I could help them? Do you think I'll put them in a better position? And would you be willing to recommend me? On that basis, it should just make the whole process of finding new clients really easy. The other thing as well is, once you've found a client through this process, use this process again with those clients, and again it will make life easy for you, because they'll be in many respects expecting that you might do that. So I hope that's been useful, and thanks very much. Cheers.